Hi everyone. Yesterday we have discussed about our topic definite integral. That we are going to be start with our definite integral topic, in which we have discussed about its basic concept. What is the concept of definite integral there? Then in which we have discussed about limit as a sum. We have seen that integration over a to b fx dx is given by limit s tends to 0 h into f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h dot plus f of a plus n minus 1 h. And after that, on the limit as sum, we have discussed our two cases, two of the problem there. Now today we are going to be again with our I have taken two problems. One is integration over a to b sin x dx, because we have not discussed any problem related with our trigonometric function there and as a limit as sum. Then I have taken one of the problem from trigonometric limit as sum, and then I have taken one of the problem from board examination, last year board examination there. Now after that, after discussion with our what I have taken two problems, then we are going to discuss with our fundamental theorem of integral calculus there. We have discussed our two theorems there. First, fundamental theorem of integral calculus, then second theorem of integral calculus, which helps us to understand the concept of our definite integral concept. Then after that, if we are going to be discuss with our some properties of definite integration. In part of our definite integrals, there are 7 properties there. Then after that, when we are going to discuss with our limit as a sum, then theorems of integral calculus, then we have going to discuss with properties of integration. Then after properties of integration, then we have the last topic based on application, is that actually it's a new chapter be there. Then we are able to be understand the concept. Then we are going to be use our application of integrals there. Now let's go start with our problems, which we are going to start with our board problems, which based on limit as a sum. Then let's start. Yesterday we discussed our definite integrals. Now look, we discussed two problems on based on limit as sum, but today we have again here with one problem with limit as sum. We have to evaluate. This is a board problem there, asked in board examination. Evaluate 0 to 2 x square plus x plus 2 dx by using what we have to solve it by using our limit as a sum problem there. And what we do, we have discussed our limit as a sum yesterday, in which what is our formula there. We have discussed about that our f of a is given, integration over a to b fx dx is given by what? It's equal to f of a plus f of b, f of a plus f of a plus h, then f plus f of a plus 2h plus dot plus f of a plus n minus 1 h there by using limit of sum. Then we start with first what we do, if we are given, then we start with our that let our fx is given by, take our function, what is our fx? It's x square plus x plus 2. Then we compare with a and b there. The value of a is 0 and b is what? We have b is equal to 2 there. Now then we find out the value h. What is our h? H is a b minus a by n. Then we get 2 minus 0 by n. It's our 2n. Then from here what we get? The nh. The value of nh is equal to 2. Now after that, we are going to be find using our definition there. Now by definition, what we have? Integration over a to b fx dx is given by limit s tends to 0. We have taken h here, h, then f of a plus f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h plus dot plus f of a plus n minus 1 h. This is our limit as a sum by definition we have. Now what is our f of a? It's f of 0. Then what is our f of 0? It's a 0 plus 0 plus, then we just get 2 there. Then limit s tends to 0, we put here 2 Now we are going to f of a plus h. Our a is again 0, then we have 0 plus h. Then what is our 0 plus h? H. Then what we have? Putting h here, then we have h square plus h plus 2. And then similar, we have to be find a plus 2h. A is 0, then we have f of 2h. What is our f of 2h? It's a 2h whole square plus 2h plus then from here what we get, putting the value 2h there, then we have 4h square plus 2h plus 2. Then we take on the last term plus dot plus f of a plus n minus 1, means a is our 0 there, then we have to be put here n minus 1 h. Then our what we have here, then we have to put n minus 1 h here. Then we have n minus 1 square into h square plus n minus 1 into h and then plus 2 bracket close. Now we put the value there one by one. Now look what do we do. We have 2 2 2 2, then h square plus 4h square, and obviously we have, then there is a 9h square, then we have then again it's h plus 2h and dot n minus h. Look what we see, we have a 3 series there, then we have to be taken up we are going to be our taken 3 series there. What we have 3 series? First of all we have 2, how many number of times? N times. Then we are break this in our 3 series. What we have? H here, limit h tends to 0. Sorry, we have not put h here. Write down h. Now our first is what? 2 plus 2 plus 2. How many times? N times. We have taken out this 2 n times there. Second series, what we are going to taking out our h square common there, plus h square. Then what do we have? Here we have 1 plus 4. The next number we have a 9. Then it's a n minus 1 whole square. Then our third series, when we take h common there, and here we have 1. Then we have 2 plus 3 to the n minus 1. Now we divided our the whole series in a 3 series there. What about this 2 n times? It's a 2n. Then limit s tends to 0 into h. Here we get our value. It's our 2n and plus, now look, h square. Yesterday we have discussed, we have to learn series values there. It's our series what? It's a 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus n minus 1 square. I explain you have to learn this series. What is the value of this? Summation of n square. We have the values of summation of n square is what? We have, it's n minus 1, then n, then 2n minus 1 divided by 6. Now it's a sum of n terms, continuous n terms, then it's given by, it's a n minus 1 and divided by 2. Now we use our basic concept there. Now what we do, we are just going to take inside h to inside in the bracket there. Now limit s tends to 0. What we have? We are going to take our h inside. Then we have here 2nh plus, look, we have get up h square into h. We have h cube there. Then we are going to take our h here, and here. Then what we have in first in one bracket we have nh minus h, here nh, and 2nh minus h divided by 6. Then here we get h into h square when we have 2n there. Then include n h one h in here, and h minus h, and this h with nh divided by 2. Now we have the values of nh is what? 2 there. We are going to put the value 2 here. Then nh2, then 2 to the 4. What do we have? Limit s tends to 0. Here we have 4 Now look, we have to put the values first of there. ns is what? 2 minus h into 2 to the 4 minus h divided by 6 plus sorry, ns is 2 there, 2 minus h and into 2 divided by 2. Now we are put it, we have a value of ns equal to 2 there. Then now when our s tends to 0, then after that what we have? We have here 4. What here we have? It's a 0 there. Then with 2 to the 4, 4 4s are 16. We get 16 by 6 here. Then here h tends to 0. Then this 2 to the 4, 4 by 2. Then we have only 2 there. Now it's a 4, and after simplification it's 8 by 3 plus 2. Now we take the LCM there. We have LCM is what? 3. Then here 12 plus 8 plus 6. Then 12 plus 8, 20. It's a 26 by 3. This is our required value for the evaluate. We are going to evaluate our integration over 0 to 2 x square plus x plus 2 dx by limited sum. What we do? Okay, I'm going to revise you. We take our fx there, x square plus x plus 2, values lower limit a is 0, b is 2 there. Then we find out the value of h is what? B minus a by n. B is our 2, a is 0, 2 minus 0, 2, 2 by n. Then cross multiply, we get the value of ns is what? 2 there. Then we are going to use our by definition of Euler's sum, limited sum. Integration over a to b fx dx is what? Limit s tends to 0. H into f of a plus f of a plus s plus f of a plus 2s plus dot dot f of a plus n minus 1s. Then limit s to 0. H into, we are then putting the value of f of a plus s, f of a plus n minus 1 s there. Then after putting these values, then we have divided the whole series in a 3 part, 2 plus n times, then taking common s square, 1 plus 4 plus n minus 1 square, then taking common h, 1 plus 2 plus n minus 1 h. Then our 2 is our n times, then the sum is what? Given by 2n. Now it's a series of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus n minus 1 whole square. It's a summation of sigma of n minus 1 whole square. Then I'm discussed to yesterday. You have to learn this series. Then we putting this value of this series is what? N minus 1 into n to n minus 1 by 6. And the sum of n terms to the n minus 1 terms is given by n minus 1 into n by 2. Now after that we have taken this our s to inside, and then at the place of ns we put 2 there, and then after that we are just go to simplify and getting the value of this integration over 0 to x square plus x plus 2 dx is by 26 by 3. Now we'll discuss 2 or 3 algebraic problem, but we have not discussed limited sum any trigonometric function there, as I am told you in our starting video that I'm going to take in one of the trigonometric function also there. Now we have to find the value of a to b sin x dx by limit as a sum there. Now look, that's maybe one of the important problem. You have to be care about that. Look again, we start with our taken fx. What is our fx? Fx is our sin x. Look, a is our a and b is our b there already there. Then we don't need try to be a and b there because it's already a lower limit a and upper limit b there. Then we have to find only h. Our h is given by b minus a by n. Then from here the value of nh is what? B minus a. Now what we do? We are going to find out value by our using definition. Now integration over a to b sin x dx is equal to limit s tends to 0 h f of a plus f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h, and then last f of a plus n minus 1 h. This is our by definition of Euler's theorem as a limit sum we have. Now we are going to put in the value of f of a plus f of a plus 2s f and f of a plus n minus 1 here. equal to limit s tends to 0 h. Our f of a is what? It's a sine a, then sine a plus h, then sine a plus 2h, and lastly we have sine a plus n minus 1 h. Now after putting the value, look, yesterday we have discussed about, when we have discussed our limit as sum, then I am told you that you have to be learn this some values there, which you have to be remember here. Look, I'll tell you that we have to remember some values there. Remember, then in this you can take the screenshot of this. Now it's our sine a plus s dot plus sine a plus n minus 1. Now its value is equal to what? It's a sine in bracket a plus n minus 1 by 2 into h into sine nh by 2 divided by sine h by 2. We are just going to use this the value of this summation there here. Now we are going to just change by this summation value. Now we have limit s tends to 0 h, and this whole sum is what? Changed by what we have? We have it's a sine a plus n minus 1 by 2 into h and into sine nh by 2 and divided by sine h by 2. Now from trigonometry we have this result. Now what we do, we are just going to be use that we have sine h by 2, then obviously we have to be, here we have a h, here sine h by 2, then we have to use a h by 2 sine h by 2 limit as a 1 there. And first of all we have to be remove this h upon sine s. Then what we do, we divide by look, limit s tends to 0, we have just taken this and this, multiply and divide by h by 2, 2 into h by 2, and take sine h by 2. Then we take this 2 is outside, then the value of limit s tends to 0 h by 2 sine h by 2, the value of this limit is what? We get 1 there. Then look, now what we have now remaining this portion there into sine a plus n minus 1 by 2 into h and into sine nh by 2. Now when we take the limiting value, this value is 1 there. Now look, then what we have, just we have 2 into 1 and into this part sine, just look, when we are going to put the value of h is 0 there, then we take a multiply of nh there, because we have taken limit there. Then we have what? Take nh minus s. Then our what do we have here? Sine this a nh minus s. The value of nh is what? It's a b minus a, and h is 0 there. Then a plus b minus a minus 0 by 2, and here what we have? Sine, the value of nh is what? B minus a by 2. Then now what we have? We have 2, then into sine 2a plus b minus a by 2 into sine b minus a by 2. Then what we have? 2 into sine b plus a by 2 into sine b minus a by 2. Now what we have? We have 2 sine b plus a by 2 into sine b minus a by 2. How we get? Look, it's a formula of 2 sine c plus d by 2 into sine c minus 2. 2 sine c plus d by 2 into sine c minus 2. When we get this? When we have it's a cos c minus g, then we have it's a cos a minus cos b. This is our required result. What we use as a limit as a sum there. Integration over a to b sin x dx. You can also verify by direct method. Integration over a to b sin x dx. I told you. First of all, when we are using our definite integrals, just to get first of all our integer value there. The integration of sin x is what? We have minus cos x, and putting the upper limit and lower limit there, then what we have? Minus, putting cos b, and then minus of cos a, then we have minus cos b plus cos a, then our result is what? It's a cos a minus cos b. Look, what do you see that if we are going to find out definite integrals by direct method, it's so easy, but limit as a sum, it's a little bit lengthy there. That's why it's always asking if there is any question from limit as a sum, and it's always asking in 4 marks, minimum 4 marks, but it's maybe better to ask in 6 marks there. Then please, where you have any examinations questions like limit as a sum, then please solve it by a fresh mind there, because whenever it's a lengthy process and all of you have done some mistake there. Now look, we have discussed 2 problems of limit as a sum there. Now I'm already told you in starting in my video. Then after that we are going to discuss with our 2 basic integrals calculus theorem there. Now look, what is our integral fundamental theorems of integration there. Now we are going to discuss with our fundamental theorem of calculus. What is our fundamental theorem of calculus? It's divided in 2 parts there. Actually, our fundamental theorem of calculus is about that if fx is a continuous function on a closed interval ab, then integration over a to b fx dx is defined as a definite integral, which is equal to the fb minus fa, where f dash x is given by fx. It's a definition of our definite integrals. What we discussed in our first video there, we have used our indefinite integration there, and we see that we have a lots of in indefinite we have a constant term there. Then now fundamental theorem of calculus, we are just going to be divided in 2 parts. First fundamental theorem of integral calculus. What is our first fundamental theorem of integral calculus? It's a statement there. So suppose it's tell us to assume that look, first of all we are going to do a theorem there. I already discussed you. Look, we have some curve. Take some curve y equal to fx, and take 2 of the ordinate there, x equal to a and x equal to b there. Now, and this is the region. This is the region our what we have to be consider here. Now we are come to our theorem there. Now what is our theorem statement there? Let area is function of any x there. Our ax be the area under the graph of f from what we take this is our area. Let area with ax be the area under the graph of f from a, just we have taken one point there to determine our first theorem. Just take here it's a x point there, and then after that take a neighborhood point b there. Now what we take up, we consider the area between a to x. Our area, let ax be the area, this area under the graph of function from a to x over the interval AB is represented by the integral. What is our integral? our ax is given by a to x fx dx. For all our x is, this value is greater than or equal to a. We take equality there also gone. Now where our function of f is what is assumed to be a continuous, we have to be that this is our continuous function there in a closed interval ab. Then now our derivative of a dash x is what is given by, since its sum is by x by a, then when we are going to talking about its derivative there, then the derivative of x is what given by, it's our fx for all x belongs to ab. This is our first fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What we have, let area be x be the area of under the graph of f from a to x over the interval a to b. Then it's represented by our integral. Then our area is given by a to x fx dx. This is our first fundamental theorem of arithmetic for all x belong greater than or equal to a. Then our derivative a dash x is what? It's equal to the function there for all each and every x belongs to closed ab there. Then our second fundamental theorem of integrals, actually the whole is known as a fundamental theorem of calculus there. It's a what is about that? If f is a continuous on closed interval ab, if our f is a continuous closed interval ab, and we take a capital F, and f is any antiderivative means its integral of its if f is function, then capital F is what? Its integral value there, and f is any antiderivative of f on closed interval ab, then what about its a to b fx dx is given by f of b minus f of a, which is also a definition of our definite integrals. Now look, we have discussed our fundamental theorem of arithmetic. We can let's divide in our two parts there. We we state the fundamental theorem of calculus in two parts. In first part, we have taken its first fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What we have taken? We have supposed that the function f is continuous on the closed interval ab. Then if the function our f is defined by it, it's our fx is what we have just taken. Actually, we take also fx there. Then our fx is given by a to x fx dx. Then our f dash x is given by the fx for all x in ab there. Then we have taken if we have some antiderivative of f there, then our integration over a to b fx dx is given by f of b minus f of a. This is our basic fundamental theorem of arithmetic. We use this definition to find out definite integrals, and then tomorrow we are going to start discuss with you the properties of integration. There are 7 properties of definite integration. We have discussed one by one. Then you are able to solve our completely the. Then after that you are able to solve our definite integrals problems easily there. Then okay, this is enough for today. Then from tomorrow we are going to be discuss with our properties of definite integrals. There are 7 properties of definite integrals, like integration over a to b fx dx is equal to integration over a to b ft dt. Then integration over a to b fx ds is also equal to minus times integration over b to a fx ds. Such types of 7 properties is there. We are going to discuss tomorrow one by one with also using their proving part there.